This will now be recorded.
Hi everyone, good morning. Today we are talking about one of the use case is like agentic AI for fraud detection. This is our first demo on the use case, real use case, how we are going to be make it like a test to SQL. Has this, let's consider, imagine you are a data analyst or business analyst on the risk management team of any of the company. You need to answer some questions such as find all the transactions that occurred in the United States and that were flagged as a fraudulent. Along with, I need that device information as well. There might be a second question your manager might ask you. Retrieve all the transactions for the particular person. Let's consider like example as a John from the last entire this year, including what exactly the fraud flags happened and which are the merchant details. They need those details also. To address these queries, you definitely need to leverage agentic AI system that integrate with our transactional databases. The system can understand your natural language queries to translate them into structured database queries to retrieve relevant information. That is the main goal to achieve all this part of use case, guys. And now on this use case, we are trying to empower people to explore the data. What every company, okay, they are using data is a backbone of any software companies. SQL or no SQL or relational database, non-relational database or graph database, anything, any company, database is a backbone of the data management. Over 80% of the companies in the world, they stored in the structured data is stored on the relational databases with SQL serving the primary language for accessing and managing it. Every day, million of people, data analysts or data scientists or developers are rely on the SQL to query, to manipulate the data. In the essence, SQL acts as a bridge between you and your data. We helped many people to connect this test to SQL capability with their own data, which means more people can generate insights. It's not only even the students also they can generate their own programs in insights on their college program projects. In this process, we discovered that different approaches in the enterprise environment are real world where there is over thousands of tables. There is a dozens of columns also. We also learn robust error handling, how to handle those errors. So these are all everything I'm going to handle on this session today. How agentic AI system works for the fraud detection. First approach, natural language processing, NLP. This system uses NLP to interact the user query. It identify key components such as transaction details, date ranges, fraud flags, and device information. Second, database query generation. Based upon the interpreted query, the agent AI generate the structured database query SQL to fetch required data from the transactional databases. Data retrieval, the third option is like a data retrieval. Whatever the generated query we executed against the database to retrieve the relevant record to match that criteria of the user query or not, we need to be cross verified. And finally, we are trying to get like a response to whatever the retrieved data is formatted as a user-friendly response, which may include tables, summarization, visualization, depends on the complexity of the data and the user needs. There are multiple examples. Okay, we need to be find out. Okay, find all the transactions happen on the United States, and as I told you before, we are trying to identify the all the red flags. Okay, the transactions are high sensitivity, high to retrieve it. So these are the kind of some transactional data. Okay, example, we are trying to retrieve it. What kind of efficiency if I using agentic? Definitely it's a quick process. The whatever the complex queries also, okay, we are retrieving the data without manual intervention of the SQL. We are trying to get with the natural language efficiently. We are trying to produce the data. At the same time, there is no human error. Most of the time, like the way we are doing like a SQL, PL, there might be a chance of human error while retrieving the data. So using AI, we are trying to get like accuracy. At the same time, the scalability also, it depends on the complex queries, how the large volume we can also handle very easily. The main thing, user friendly. Allow all non-technical users also can access or analyze the whole transaction data using natural language queries. By implementing an agentic system on these fraud detections, you people can enhance their ability to monitor and respond fraudulent activities effectively. Ultimately, you people are protecting the customers, your company assets. This work, this is like an entire the overview, guys, agentic overview on the transforming fraud detection process from your domain. Note one, especially I just want to make a note. Actual implementation, to be frank, it's really required integration with your existing systems. At the same time, you need to contact with your governance team and legal team, security team. You need to be follow your respect to data privacy regulation. At the same time, there is a robust security measure to protect your sensitive information. To deep dive on the demo, let's go to the database. Let me stop my sharing. Okay, let me deep dive on the database overview. Hmm, let me share my screen again. Let me share entire screen and sharing. Let me open Visual Studio. Now, once you, I think this is, I think most of the people already know the how to set up Visual Studio and also virtual environment as part of UV. I already told you in the past, the entire the libraries, repositories we can able to utilize as a Python libraries. We already discussed in our first session. Now I'm just going to talk about like our main use case. Okay, agentic use case point of view. I would like to talk about database overview. On this database overview, okay, let me 1 second. Uh, 1 second, guys. Let me share my screen and Windows. There is a database overview screen. Okay. Hopefully everybody can able to see it. Now on this database overview, the first what we need to do to solve that program, okay, I'm going to be explain you like a complete, okay, step-by-step procedures. If you're seeing as a student, if you are like a just started, okay, I'm going to show you like each and every step. The first step we are going to go through is like a database overview. So most of the people already know MySQL as a free version. Even I also installed the same thing. So you people also can install any of the database irrespective of your database. Please try to install it and install and also set up your database. Okay. Once you set up, okay, might be no, I can see like at least I can able to work like what are the show databases. So as part of my first process, what I did it is like log into the database. This script can connect MySQL database using my credentials. So mostly I use my personal credentials. Please try to set up from your also. And the purpose of this and also the purpose of this script especially, okay, this script is going through. First we are trying to import all the libraries like a MySQL. Currently I'm connecting, might be you people are connecting to Oracle database or any database. Okay, I don't want to name it any this one particular. Same approach you people can also use in any database. So after that, I simply environment variable, like I'm just loading my environment variable from database credentials so that it will give some security. So it will not expose your credentials to outside the world. Then I'm just loading my environment variable. Okay, so it's kind of like a whatever my environment variable I have, my SQL host, local host port, my user and password, and what which project we are doing fraud detection. So I'm trying to put like everything as a database load environment. Then finally I make like a cursor. So once I establish the all the connections, or I need to make a connection to script to establish the connection with my SQL databases. So I can connect my table, even I can able to retrieve my data. So this is like the cursor I'm using to execute the tables, and also I simply close the connection. So in this table we are trying to get all the table information. See, this is like a where, and also here once you connected, I can able to execute show tables, SQL commands, whatever the correction can do. So I can able to connect it. Is the and also there is a error handling also I'm handling in this program. Whenever there is a query execution, okay, catches any exceptions, okay, that is the best way to you need to write always error exceptions, okay, to print the error message. So suppose if I want to run the script, okay, how to run the script? It's a consider like a, suppose I'm using UV. Please copy path UV run. I'm trying to take like a complete path. So it is going to be execute. Okay, system cannot find the path. What happened? Okay, 1 second. Database overview. Why it is scaling like a agentic overview? Yes, 2. 1 second. There should be a path. Is it something here? Where it is? It is there. And also, let me go back in new terminal. Mm. And let me clear out again. UV run. What I made mistake. Let me check. We did the same thing. And let me run the program. Okay, suppose if I run the program, you can see on this output, we are able to connect this database. Even I can able to get in this database fraud detection as part of the in this demo, I created like some of the example of the card transactions, device, fraud alerts, locations, rules engine. There are multiple tables I created. So as a programmatically, you can able to connect your database uh, all the table connections. So this is how I establish the connection. Now, once we establish, okay, here I think you're seeing already the tables, but the first thing, whenever you establish SQL connection, definitely we need to create a tables. So I'm going to do one more step further is like whenever I'm using one more step as a further 1 second to create a tables. So in this created tables, okay, we are in this script, we are trying to connect the table again, the same thing, and the necessary uh, database environment setup environment variable and also the database connection. Now in this script, I define the table creation. So whenever you're creating, if you're completely new on the table creation, let's consider this is a syntax, create table name. If it does not exist as a customer, I'm giving customer as a primary key and multiple columns. So I'm trying to create a required tables like a customers, tables, accounts, transaction, merchants, fraud alerts, create rule engine. So once if everything I'm trying to create based upon this program, I'm trying to create like a complete table information on the respective host. Uh, Now in this program, I'm just going through it like UV again run. Due to time, okay, due to the frequency of the demo, I'm just trying to because I already maintain all the programs and also I can able to share with you guys. And suppose I already created, definitely there it should throw some error, guys. But This is how you need to be created database. Executed, all tables are created successfully. So here also I utilize the programming as a Python. So whichever each table is created appropriate columns, data types, and executed SQL statement completely to make sure always we are again handling the error handling things. Third, now you have database, you connected the things. Now you need to load the data. To load the data, okay, so I took it like in a Google, this is like a open source data. I took it like all the accounts information, like a CSV format, as a accounts, as a bank branch chest, this is my CSV data. Now this is my card transaction CSV data. So consider in my assets under data under each folder, I'm maintaining like a separate table data. Now I need to be, and as a first time, you need to be load as a CSV to either we need to load this data to our database, whatever we just created the tables. So we faced, I think you people also can face first time whenever you load the data, there are two options. We can load the data in either from CSV format. If even in general, in real time also, we should never use load data because there is a security and governance. Even we doesn't have full access to load the data. Suppose let's consider if you are some of the people are DBA, you have complete privileges to load the data completely. You can also utilize this function, load data file. You can able to execute this command directly from here. But due to even I restricted one for myself, we cannot able to load this data like this because there is a restrictions I made it. And also there might be multiple issues also will get it, okay, while loading, because there might be primary key foreign key integrity also we should maintain. So that is the reason I'm just highlighting. Suppose if any of the user can know my DBA things, you can also directly load it from your respective path. You can use this command and load it directly. If not, there is an alternative way how to load the CSV file, load data from Python script. Now on this program, okay, we are trying to connect explicitly. Again, it's a connecting. Okay, we are trying to through CSV file. We are trying to read that complete CSV file, and I just made it like a data columns as a corrected format. And I connected and I inserted all the respective data, and data also loaded successfully on this CSV file. So let's consider on this, I'm just using only one path. I'm simply using only one table data. Okay, let me go back and rerun it again, this program. Okay, and I think you people now you people can remember what we need to give like a complete UV run and path. So it will try to execute the load the data in the respective. I think the error in setting 0 is like I'm already loaded. So that was the reason it's a duplicate entry it is saying. So here in this approach through Python to CSV program, we can able to insert the data. Now, let's consider everybody think like a, yeah, it's a simple approach. There are multiple tables I need to do. So it's a kind of like a automation. I want to load multiple CSV in the tables. So this is I established the connection. I made to iterate all the subfolder and list out the each and every table. I can able to insert by row. And I executed all the files. Okay. And I loaded all the data as part of the full load. Let's consider in the full load data also, we just completely loaded. Now our main, now once you loaded the data, let's consider guys, okay, once you complete the challenges, once you loaded everything, full load, now you have a, all the CSV data is completely filled it. Now the main approach we are talking, our main agenda is like, this is test to SQL. That means the main design that this program is designed for to convert our natural queries into SQL queries using AI model to execute MySQL databases. The main key features here is like This program uses the complete AI model to generate. Here I'm using like a Perplexity or any open AI queries. Okay, you people can use AI model to generate SQL queries, use provided natural language. And also I used metadata, guys. And also if you can see, first again I loaded the data completely, and also I fixed the whatever the table connections we have, and and after that now I made a connection establishment thoroughly. So I'm trying to utilize step by step. Okay, first I'm trying to import the libraries, load the environment variable, and reads metadata from a JSON file. Okay, I'm trying to read the JSON file and also SQL can execute that function. This function, all the metadata, we can able to load all the table.json, which contains the database table, like a table info. What is metadata? Metadata is like a table information, data about the data, the table names, column names, everything got included. So that whenever metadata AI prompt to help to generate accurate SQL queries. So the final step will be like a AI powered SQL generation. So in this, like a how we are trying to load metadata, the table data also completely loaded. Now here we are trying to utilize AI powered one, extracting complete data. Use first we are trying to extract as a agent node. If we can talk about as a agent nodes, see here there is a agent node. On this agent node, we are specifying entire the conversation flow. This state graph, let's whenever this entire state graph is managing the entire conversation flow from the program. That means this agent is defining the entry point and transition to the end state. The complete flow the state graph can able to manage it. And also we are trying to provide like an interactive, allow users to enter their natural language queries, and also they can put their information. And main features here, and also this agent provide a seamless solution to. Let me show you the first. Okay, first let me show you a small demo on this. Okay, how this entire the state graph is noded, and how the agent node is messaging, passing the things, and error messages also are properly handled. Missing queries, okay, how to delete, and query response, how to handle the response whatever we are getting. And also in the dynamic schema discovery, okay, it is automatically restore the tables. I maintain dynamic schema discovery on the endpoints. So first we'll go through the demo, and also I'm trying to help you one more time on the all the functions whatever we define it as a complete flow. Let me show you again. uv run. Now this program is running in the test-to-SQL data. Now I will show you, show the databases. Show the databases. Now it is going to be show the our database as a fraud detection, and also it is showing the names as well. So as a user, okay, that is like a we are trying to generate one natural language query. So I'm trying to generate one SQL query. What happened? It is not. It is not copying. Control C. Sorry guys, again my system got hacked. Now it is generating. Generate a SQL query to select rows from the bank branches. So let's consider this is one of the table we have in the SQL. Okay, we are trying to ask, please generate and display the rows of the branches. So as a natural language, we are trying to generate the complete output. So here user doesn't need to answer. Okay, doesn't need to go back to the here should not go back to the SQL side. So, and also you can, let's show all the rules. Next query is a prompt. Please go to the rules table engine where severity is high. So this is how all natural language can able to query you to any database. So due to the time and constraints, let me explain you this entire solution. Now let me go back again this program. Let me explain you from start again. Let's consider now you understand how we are retrieving the things. Okay, here we are trying to use line graph, and on the land graph at the same time we are trying to use the complete seamless solutioning managing natural language query interpretation. That main key feature here we utilized test to SQL as a autonomous troubleshooting, and also the query execution. These queries executed against the our database, and also we loaded the data, and also we defined complete metadata. So here we called as a mysql agent. Tomorrow I want to entire like a oracle also I can able to manage it. If the query fails, my agent itself analyze the error message written by anonymously, modify the query based on the error, and retrieve the execution. Even that capability also I handle. And also dynamic, and also I'm what I mentioned is like a dynamic. That is one of the main feature, guys, the dynamic schema discovery. This dynamic listing the tables where it is this agent can able to define and retrieve the all the list of tables. This helps user to understand the data structure, so that even the schemas the agent provide the column names, data types, and associate names. It will directly access the schema discovery. That is how we are maintaining the accuracy or efficiency. This solution is completely automated. We can able to make it out. This is completely user can ask the questions. What are the top 5 customers based upon the transaction amount? User can ask any questions, guys, as a user. This is how, okay. Let's consider like a one more question. Find the customer who's located in this San Francisco. User again, okay, he's asking like a natural language. The agent is trying to take back as a query. Okay, it is trying to pull out the data. Who are the customers in the city San Francisco? It is trying to display the data. So multiple things. Okay, you people can able to retrieve it. So on this real time on the Agentic AI, if you on fraud detection, if you have any questions, please reach out to our team. Thank you. Thank you for your time. Please take care.